Okay, good. All right. Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is MrHardcoreMode with a thoughts video and review on SOULSTICE. SOULSTICE is a game that I actually really was looking forward to because I enjoyed Devil May Cry and I also enjoy Claymore. And I think it's just cool that a badass chick with a giant sword and like kick-ass abilities would be pretty awesome. Definitely another woman into the hack and slash genre, much like what's her name, Bayonetta. I was really looking forward to this game. However, besides the lore and a bit of the story, the gameplay is not all that good. I'm gonna let you know straight away. Some people from the Devil May Cry and Nier people, some of the developers came in and worked on this project, and I gotta say they didn't do too well. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm trying to be nice, but hey, whatever, freedom of speech, whatever. They didn't do too well. Okay, if I see the anime style of combat, but I have to let you know what's going on. And here it is. Let me actually bring it up right now. Hold on. Somebody had everything of what I just said. I thought I was the only one. Apparently other people were saying the same thing. And I'm gonna bring it up right now because this person said exactly what I was thinking. He had the whole list ready. So here it is. Also the music's great and the characters are awesome. That's basically what it is. But basically, here's what he said. He was much like me. I'm gonna shout out to Big Gobbler up on Steam. I'm letting you know, this is all you, man. He was pretty much like me. He saw some DMC people were on it, but the game is aggressively stiff. We're both gonna agree on this. Movement's slow. Dodging is unrewarding and often laggy in execution. You can dodge 3 times, but that 3rd time, you honestly do not want to dodge a 3rd time consecutively because you will be stuck there for a good minute. And most animations have excruciating long recovery. Yes. There's a lot of enemies that are very quick and they continuously attack, and some of them are just downright dirty. Some of them you can block, sometimes you just gotta keep an eye out. Early 2000 era color-coded enemies forcing you to use specific mechanics before you're allowed to hit enemies. Basically the blue abilities and the red abilities. You can't hit the blue enemies without having the blue sphere around, and you can't hit the red enemies without the red sphere. At the beginning, it seemed doable, but later on in the game, it's like excruciating. Because there's blue and red mixed in, and you have to concentrate on everything. They just pile up on you, and it gets worse. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go in. I want to bring out his word, and his word is my own. He's saying everything that I'm saying. Secret missions that seem to be made exclusively to point at the shortcomings. Yes, there are some challenges in here that are downright excruciating as well, and they point at exactly that flaw. Lock-on will focus on an enemy on the other side of the arena instead of the one right in front of you. Do not lock on in this game. I locked on once in this game and I was like, no, don't do it. Arena barriers are invisible, so you'll randomly find yourself in a corner and be unable to get out, especially when you're getting dogpiled. Non-boss enemies shrug off your attacks while poorly telegraphing their own. Yes, they do. There are some abilities that the enemies do where they have this little yellow thing going on for a minute, but that's like getting out of it is like a pain in the ass. Like you'd be lucky to get out of the way. because the dodging is atrocious. You don't want to dodge in this game, but you need to dodge in this game, and here's how. Inputs are regularly ignored or have weird timings. You have to leave 1 to 3 second gap between the movement and attack input for the stinger move. I didn't know about that. Loot as a concept, loot basically the shade, as a concept just seems like a convoluted way of damage mitigation instead of just making dodging actually usable. You do not, like he said, actually usable. You do not want to dodge in this game. I want loot to be able to block and counter a lot of things, but loot will only do that for some things. And sometimes the counters are so fast that you're so busy trying to do a combo on a couple of characters or one character that somebody is like trying to hit you from here and you're like, I am busy over here. It feels like you're concentrating on like using two characters, which is, it's really hard in this type of game. Basically, okay, let's keep going. Style and gauge are combined, meaning if you get hit once, this is my big one. Unity and the big damage and the cool moves that happen later on are like badass. Those are the things that make me keep playing the game. Honestly, that unity thing and the synergy attacks and just the explosion of color and moves are pretty heavy. That has held me onto this game for a very long time. But like this guy said, style and gauge are combined, meaning if you get hit once, you lose all your resources for super moves and whatever this game calls its transformation mechanic. Absolutely. You're like, oh yeah, I'm about to do some cool moves here. And then you get slapped from somebody far away that you don't even know. You just find your unity go from full to 0 in like 1 second flat, and you're just like, I gotta build it up again. I gotta build it up. Said super moves can't be used until you complete specific attack strings for the relevant weapon, meaning you have to pray you don't get hit while you're doing it. Yes, exactly. For some odd reason, you have to do combos. You have to do the specific combo to get the maximum out of your synergy and your abilities. Which means if you want to do the synergy attacks, you have to finish the combo, which can be bad because sometimes, most of the time, you have to dodge. Set super moves can't be used until you complete specific. Yeah. You have to finish it. Does the thing Astral Chain did where they assume just because you control two characters at the same time, it's okay to throw an overwhelmingly number of enemies, encouraging you to just spam the counter button without learning the timings. It doesn't work that way. It is not Arkham Knight. I thought I came into this game saying, oh yeah, it's gonna be an Arkham Knight kind of style game. Nope. Honestly, was really looking forward to the game, but it generally feels like the devs ignored all the progress, and he really does. This guy really sounds like me. He sounds like me. He really hopes that there's a hotfix later on so he can pick up the game later, because I gave him an upvote because I was like, he said everything that I've been thinking about this whole time. The biggest one, and he probably already said it, is the entropy. I don't think he said this, but the entropy and the buildup on the top left screen is the most annoying thing ever, because you're trying to maintain that entropy and make sure it doesn't break, because if it breaks, loot is out of the picture and you have to dodge everything. You can't do counters for like 7 seconds and you have to wait for her to come back. It's a complete nightmare, and she's gone for a while and you can't hit the enemy, so you have to wait for loot. I just really wanted to like this game, and I can't. There's just too much that I only am like this if my gut is telling me, and my gut is usually right, my gut is telling me that something's wrong with the gameplay. I love hack and slash games, and I can see combos and I can do different things. I know Capcom has some big hack and slash games. I know Metal Gear Rising has some insane combos and some crazy stuff going on. I know Bayonetta is pretty freaking crazy. You know what? I've never played Bayonetta, but I've seen some pretty kick-ass moves going on there, and I wanted this to be another good hack and slash, which it can be, but they have to fix it. They have to fix it. I don't think it's too late for them to fix it, but I feel like all those things that I said would literally change the whole foundation of the game. There's also one more thing that I forgot to mention with the entropy. You can make that entropy extend into a larger, you know, into a larger pool of entropy, so it doesn't break or overcharge. Every time when you get those things, it's like 0.5 or 0.15 or something like that. I don't think I'm witnessing any changes. I got like 4 of them, and I'm like, yeah, it's bigger now. And the thing dies out so quickly that I don't even notice a difference. Dang, I wanted to like this game. Dang! Oh god. The camera being still every time, and the camera angles, and all right, well, I've ranted on long enough. I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I will return to Solstice when it's in better condition, but in the meantime, I'll see y'all later. Hope you have a wonderful day, and hope to see you again. Peace.